Hello everyone, this is the Master Crusader, and I decided I'd finally record a video about me playing MineZ. Been playing for a couple days now, and it's kind of fun. I tend to play on spawn. I tend to play on European servers, EU servers, because they are less populated. I don't like to play on other populated servers because people on this server, for the most part, are jerks. So there's 5 on this server, and I don't even know where I am. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to live with that on for now. Whoops, I need that. But we're gonna go. Let's see. Got my sword. I'm close to Camp Bell. I've been playing this, like I said, off and on for a couple weeks, a couple days, or I guess it's a couple days, a week and a half, something like that. But I found some. It's been pretty fun. I've got a map that somebody gave me. They were nice enough to give me a map, but for the most part, people are kind of jerks. They only help out their friends, and since I don't have any friends to play with on this, people attack me. So we're gonna go ahead and play this right now. I'm gonna try to. Am I even heading in the right direction? Minus 2200. Oh wow, I'm in the forest over by Grimdale. Let's go ahead and try to get to Grimdale without the zombies popping out. There's in the description below, I've got a link to a map of the world, how it currently is. I think today what I'm going to do in the next 20 minutes or so, however long I'm going to be playing, is I'm going to get to Grimdale and I'm going to collect some supplies. Typically, I can get some pretty good supplies there. And then I want to show you guys, there'll be some cuts, of course, because the collecting supplies by yourself is kind of pointless. And there's a chunk error, apparently, that should be here, but is not. Yeah, so I'm working on my way to Grimdale. And then I think I'll, whoa, there's a tree right there. All right. Sorry, I've got a map open up on my second screen. There it is, Grimdale. Look at that, beautiful. All right, so I think I'm gonna go collect some supplies, and then I want to head off toward. I don't know. I want 2 buttons, and I think I'm gonna go to the Devil's Castle. I'll show you guys some cool stuff over there. But Grimdale's a pretty safe town. It is at X1740Y68, I guess. And Z400. This is Grimdale, and once we get inside, I want to show you some things that are kind of interesting about Grimdale before I start collecting stuff. So I will cut it in a moment while I collect all the supplies I can. But like I said, this town of the strangeness is for the most part safe, and people hate it. I don't understand why people hate it, and we'll talk about that in a minute too. But for the most part, from what I've seen in the chat and stuff, people really dislike Grimdale. It's on the far southwest side of the map, and I don't know. Let's drink some water, fill this back up. So the first thing I want to show you is something that apparently doesn't really have any purpose. It's over here. Let's go ahead and pop that. If you smack a chest with your sword, it pops and all the stuff drops. So if you're looking for quick ways to pick up stuff, just smack it with your sword once. Now I've got a high def texture pack installed, but I don't have a high def map patcher for 1.3, so some of the textures are all kind of junky, but for the most part, oh, that one's dumb. We'll go ahead and put that out here somewhere. We'll just put it right there, and we're good. Okay. So the first thing I wanted to show you, if I can remember where it is, I think it's over on the other side of the map. If you've ever been to Grimdale, you'll understand about where this is. This little shack right here, which is next to this building and the archery range. Inside there's a chest that'll usually have food or something inside. But right here, there's a hole that goes down into the sewers underneath Grimdale. If you've ever played Minecraft or MineZ and you've been over in Romero, there's a pretty extensive sewer system in Romero, where it's a good place to hide from zombies, because there are a ton of zombies over here, over there. Over here, not so many. But in this sewer system, if you jump down here, there is a little lag on my sound. There is this. There's this little thing under the water, and you go down these steps, and it makes you think this is a really good place right here at the very bottom of this world to hide from people who are like going to kill you. If you're going to go AFK, not AFK, if you're going to log out and go do something else, hey, stop popping. It's weird. Stop. Okay, we're going to go somewhere else. Up here. Good. So if you're going to log out, when you log out of MineZ, it saves your position, and when you log into another server, you log into the same spot. So it's a good place to hide when you log out. The problem with that, though, with it remembering where you were, and I'll talk about this as I go up, is that there are people on these servers that use that to their advantage. There's one guy, and I'm not going to mention his name unless I see him again in this recording, but I don't think I will. He was server hopping, and he killed me 3 times on 3 different servers, which tells me he was server hopping. And what he was doing, come on, get up that hole right there. All right, what he was doing was he'd log into a server, kill somebody, take all their loot, and then log out, and then log into another server, kill somebody, take all their loot, and log out. And he had some pretty good loot. Well, the 3rd time he did it to me, I decided that I wasn't going to play nice. So I found out where he was hiding in the water, and I went, and it was a suicide mission. I ran off to find as many zombies as I could, and I got all their attention by sprinting, and I took them over to him, and I hope I killed him, because that's just kind of a douchebag move. So this is the archery range. There's typically weapons here. Like I said, there's only 4 people, 3 others than me. So yeah, Grimdale is a pretty good place to come on, give it to me, to collect stuff for a long trek. I went from Grimdale once all the way north to the Devil's Castle, which is where I think I'm going to go tonight, if I can make it there. Because there's a room in the bottom of the Devil's Castle that you can only get to with a button. And it's got I don't know what's inside it. There's an iron door. It's got an iron door, and you look through the door, and you can see that there's a hole, that a set of stairs that go down, but I don't know what's under there. So my goal for this episode is to, I don't like the cobwebs. My goal for this episode is to break some of this. My goal for this episode, like I said, is to get enough supplies to make it to the Devil's Castle, and then from there I'll record what is in the place underneath. And so, like I said, a lot of people don't like Grimdale, so it's fairly safe on low population servers to go collect stuff. And you'll have to apologize. Well, you don't have to apologize. I have to apologize for the black bars on this screen on the top and bottom of this recording, because I'm not recording this full screen, and so it's not a perfect resolution, but it works well for this. So I'm done rambling. Oh, there's one more thing I want to show you about Grimdale. If you're watching and you play in Grimdale, is there are these chests at the top of the church that have health. There's a lot of health 2 potions. So I'm sort of a snob when it comes to health potions, is I like to collect as many of the health 2 potions as possible. And there's usually a lot of them in Grimdale. So a lot of people don't like I said, they don't like this town because it doesn't have the greatest loot, and it's kind of far away from everything, and so forth. But so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut it here. I'm going to collect a full inventory of stuff and get myself prepared for a trip to another location. So stand by, and I'll be back after I collect some stuff. Alright, I'm back. I've done about 3 circuits around the city, and I've got a pretty good inventory. And I'll show you how I like to carry my inventory in this game. As you know, if you've watched any of the other videos, the best things in life in this game are not stackable. So this is not great, but this is what I like to carry. I like to carry at least 10 health potions. What I've done is I'm a health potion snob, so most of them are 2s. I got some extras that are 1s, but not many. I like to carry a lot of food, preferably apples and bread, because they seem to be the best. If you get wheat, make bread from it. Don't make cookies, because cookies are pointless. They can stack to 8, but they don't give you as much. Bread can stack to 3, so you want to do that. If you can, get 1 bowl, because you'll often find one of each type of mushroom available in most places, so you can make mushroom stew pretty easily. I carry 3 bottles of water, because the areas of places where there isn't water, the areas of land are quite expansive, so you have to carry your water with you. Make sure that you have a stone sword, a couple pieces of paper, band-aids, at least 1 milk. If you get hit by a zombie just right and get the zombie infection, milk is the only way to cure it, and milk's hard to find when you need it. So always carry at least 1 jug of milk with you. Try to get as much armor as you can. In Grimdale, you're only going to find leather. You're never going to find chain or iron, which is fine. It's okay. Don't waste your time with snowballs. If you can distract them, that's great, but in my experience I can eat that. Why don't I just do that? In my experience, it's been that the snowball isn't really worth the benefit of distracting the zombies. So should help perform a ton. Alright, they're rebooting. Rolling a build with the change. Okay. So note the should. So they're going to be redeploying. Anyways, don't waste your time with snowballs. They don't seem to give you enough benefit for the inventory space to not carry one around. Always make sure that you're carrying at least 1 pair of pants. I will put those on right now before I have to log out. Carry a hoe. A hoe is the only way you'll be able to harvest melons, and if you can find a hoe, carry it. Don't waste your time carrying a shovel right now, because shovels crash the game when you shovels are used. If you don't know, shovels are used to harvest what are those called? Cobwebs, so that the zombies can't hurt you or can't get to you quickly, and you can have better time. Yeah, it's kind of laggy. Hopefully their fixes it. Carry only 1 stack of arrows, because carrying more than that is precious inventory space, and it's really not that good. So ideally, this is what you want your inventory to look like. The more stacks of bread, the better. Avoid melons if you can. Carry at least 1 mushroom stew, because that's good for health. Make sure that you got some bread and stuff. 1 stack of arrows, 1 bow, a bunch of health pots, 3 water, at least 1 milk, a few bandages, at least 1 sword, 2 if possible, and a wooden hoe. That should be like the best inventory that you could have to go pretty much anywhere on the map. I haven't made it many places, but if you're going to solo the map, it's a little bit more difficult to solo the map. If you try to carry a whole bunch of different stuff, this inventory I found through trial and error to be the best solo inventory you possibly can get. No, don't shoot it. I want to open these. See, you can get both types of mushrooms pretty easily. So if you carry a bowl, you'll be able to fill those up pretty quick. So before he rolls out this fix, I'm going to go ahead and log off, and I'll log back in after the patch has been rolled, so that we can start going off. And then I'll talk about, I'll go ahead and exchange a health potion for that guy. Maybe, yeah, that's fine. So, yeah. We'll see you back after he rolls out the patch. Cheers. Alright, so he hasn't rolled out the patch yet that we saw him mentioning in the last one. But, that doesn't matter. Oh, this building is a hotel. It doesn't really have good stuff in it. So let me talk about some of the places on the map. We're going to go ahead and make our way towards Devil's Castle. There's a guy wearing all iron armor. He can have that town. If he's got all iron armor, he spent his time up at the Spire. Spire's got some really good stuff. But I'll tell you that story later. So anyways, we're going to make our way up to Devil's Castle to find out what's in that thing. I still didn't get any buttons, but hopefully I can find some buttons on the way. There's a couple towns and a couple places on the way there that should help. It's a little choppy. So I'm going to talk about some of the different places. First of all, there's only 2 other people on the server. First of all, if you're in the desert, no zombies will spawn at all. So you're pretty much safe. The only thing that can kill you in the desert is either starvation. As you can see, my food haunches are hopping, which means I'm low on hunger, and it's going to start using it. Anyways, nothing in the desert is really that good either, so don't worry. Don't spend your time too much in the desert. You got to start moving north to get some good stuff. So there's Grimdale, at X -1740 Z14 or Z400. That's the place I just was, and that's a pretty good place to load up. The other good place to load up is Romero, which is X1660 Z100. It's on the other side. It's southeast of MineZ. Camp Bell is okay, and the Bell Farm's right next to it. Those are at X900 Z500. Portsmouth isn't so hot. It has a lot of good stuff, but there's some campers there that camp out and kill you. That's where I got killed a bunch. So I found that's kind of bad. If you follow the desert over that direction, there's a place called the Graveyard, and if you follow the graveyard to the river and then follow the river, you get to a place called the Spire. The Spire is a very, very tall tower. In another video, I'll be glad to visit that. And it's got some good stuff at the top. It's got 3 epic chests. But the problem with epic chests are what did he say? Oh, he's just giving me hints. The epic chests, when you open them, turn into a zombie, and you have to kill the zombie to get whatever was in the chest. So there's that. It makes it kind of difficult. But is there anything else down there? Oh, no, it's just obsidian. That's strange. All right. So the thing about it, though, is you can get iron and chain items very far south on the map. It's actually not too far up. I don't have coordinates for it because they didn't put it on this map. But it's pretty good. So once you leave the desert, you have to look out for zombies. They're all over the place. I'm sure that you know all this stuff because you watched other MineZ videos, but I figure I'll just go through it. Carnival is at X -2440 Z -450. It's just 2 buildings in the middle of nowhere, and they're not great. I mean, the stuff in them isn't worth the travel to the middle of nowhere. Right between the town of Yawpton, where we're headed, this road right here leads to a place called Yawpton. Yawpton has decent stuff. It's where you can start getting some chain. But it's just a good road to go north on. But between Carnival and Yawpton, at about -500 Z, -500 X, probably -1750. There's a big hill, and at the top of that hill is a fortress. And that fortress at the top of the hill is loaded with kind of crappy stuff. So don't waste. When you jump up the hill, because you have to jump the whole way, you'll use your entire food bar, and it's not worth the stuff that's at the top of the hill. And that hill is crawling with zombies. So if you find yourself at that hill to go to that fortress at the top, just walk on by. Continue on to Yawpton. Next to Yawpton, which we'll visit in this little visit is a place called the Zombie Fortress. I've never been there, but I'm interested to see what it's like. It's a little laggy. I don't know what that's all about. I haven't had that problem before, but that looks like it's Yawpton straight ahead. I don't think it is though. Oh yeah, negative 500. That could be negative something or other. But Yawpton is right ahead. Next to that is the Zombie Fortress, and it's laggy. I'm kind of scared to be in the desert with this lagginess, or in the forest with this lagginess. And then beyond, we'll go visit the Zombie Fortress. We'll see what that's like. I'm sure there'll be zombies there and it'll be scary. And then beyond that, there's a place called the Logging Camp, and that is an actually pretty good place, because at the logging camp, yeah, this is Yawpton. At the logging camp, you can run around pretty safe from zombies and really stock up on stuff. So here's Yawpton, and there's a few people more online, but there's really nothing here that I want. The only thing I'd want is food, so that I can eat some of this and then move this down. But yeah, there's nothing really here that I need except for chain, if I can find it. Chain armor, chain weapons, iron weapons. So I'm going to go ahead and run around here just a little bit to see what is available, and then we will continue on down the road towards the Zombie Fortress. Alright, one thing I wanted to mention before I leave Yawpton, I just found these chain boots, and I want to mention something. If you look down at the bottom of the screen, my armor gauge here, when I swap out my leather boots for the chain boots, you'll notice that the chain doesn't, or the armor level doesn't change. So if you got a full set of chain boots or a full set of leather boots and half broken chain boots, just leave the chain boots behind, because the difference between those two is nominal. Now, if you do have chain pants, get the chain pants, because that's a full armor level more than leather pants. But just leave the chain shoes, unless you've got a ton of chain shoes and you want to look nice in all chain. You can do that. But if you've got full leather boots and you just find a set of chain, just leave the chain behind, man. The leather is just fine. All right, I'm going to finish collecting my stuff and we'll go. And this is why you carry a hoe. Now, I don't need any of this food. I guess I can take it because it's there. Where'd my hoe go? Dang it. Oh, there it is. Come on, pick up the hoe. Pick up the hoe. Pick up the hoe. Alright, let's take that. There we go. That's why you carry a hoe. Now, I've got like 8 minutes left in this video before it's over. One thing I did want to mention is the axe is very good to have, because you can damage more zombies if you're getting sat upon by... Ooh, there's a dispenser there. I wonder what's in the dispenser. Can I get to it? Can I open it? I could. Oh, that's cool. Oh, and I can't. I can just jump on it. That's cool. So, oh dear. There's some zombies groaning below me, or above me. So I'm gonna hold my ground right here while they come up, and ow, ow. Back down. Down, boy. Down. Ouch. Alright. Here's a tip though. If you can get to a place where zombies have to jump to get you, you're safe. I found that out on a video that was posted in about Castle Byersford or something like that. let's see. I'm going to tab out for a second. Look in this. So we're at Yawpton. Zombie Fortress is just to the east, and Logging Camp is to the north. I think I'm going to end this video here in Yawpton. We'll continue on our way next time, and we'll hit the Zombie Fortress and maybe the Logging Camp or the igloos, because I've never been to the igloos, and we'll continue there. Oh, yeah, we'll just talk next time. Thanks. This is Master Crusader signing off. Thanks for playing MineZ with me, and I'm going to go log out right here so that I wake up in that village again. So this has been MineZ episode 1. Thanks for watching. Cheers.